Hi, and welcome to the 1010 Diverse Show, episode 91. Today we've got a return to the show for Marcus Lazarus. Could you introduce yourself, Marcus? What's the story behind your song, One Last Goodbye?
Yeah, well, nothing like starting the show off with a bang, is there, Sparky? Yeah, and it's complete opposite to that. I'm going to depress the hell out of all of you with this one. This is a typical sort of blues song. My roots are based in the blues, and I never actually got round to writing a classic blues sort of style, sort of thing. That I love the style of the 50s, 60s sort of blues style. It's not your average 12 bar, but the big production numbers and things like that. And the song came about. It's quite a sad story. It was a very sad story, and it's very personal to me as well. In as much as it was written for a guy who had only known a couple of years, a brilliant guitar player called Jules Fothergill, who was in a band called Northside in the UK, massive on the blues scene, headliners, everything, going places, absolutely rocketing everywhere, guaranteed sellouts wherever they went, and such a nice guy, brilliant guitar player. Was diagnosed with cancer in December 2019 and died in January 2020. So completely out of the blue, totally unexpected. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in the world. And it devastated not only me, but everybody, obviously his friends, his family and everything. He wasn't even 40 years old, this guy.
Mm.
If you ever get a chance to look up Northside, especially doing something like Whipping Post by the Allman Brothers or something like that, you will see what a great guitar player Jules was and what a super nice guy he was. Always smiling, always had a kind word for everybody. Even jamming with people like me on stage, he would be the one that backed off and let somebody else shine, be in the spotlight. And it was effortless for him. And it was such a tragic loss. It really, really was. That's part one of the story. So I wrote this song in lockdown 2020 and got most of it recorded. But I knew I couldn't do it justice with my voice. So I asked a friend of mine who I knew from the scene in Watford that I'd never actually met, but because of lockdown, we were all socially interactive. If he wouldn't mind singing on it for me, he said, yes, that'd be great. Absolutely no problem. Uh, um, it was right up his street. He was a soul singer anyway. There's a lot of video of his band, the Soul Enforcement Bureau, out there on the web as well. Super nice guy. Produced it, mixed it, mastered it for me, everything. Did a little promo for it. I got a guy called Matt Long to play guitar, who's in a band called Catfish, another massive band in the UK on the blues scene. And then second lockdown that we had, COVID, Ricardo succumbed to COVID and died. Which is very sad. So now it was written for Jules, sung by Ricardo, and both of them are now gone out of my life. It's absolutely devastating. And Matt Long, who played guitar on this, has also been treated for cancer recently. So it's getting worse and worse and worse, right? But the emphasis, the feeling of the song explains itself. And in particular, the second verse is all about Jules, the songbird flying high, and how you just wish you had that one last chance to say something before they're just taken away. And if there's a message out of this, it's if there's somebody in your life, friend, family that you haven't spoken to for a long time, pick up the phone, because you never know when it's going to be your last chance. Nobody knows, right? And forget grudges, forget anything that's happened in the past. I have a thing with my own real dad. I don't ring him as much as I should do, and it kind of brings home that point. So, one last goodbye.
Hey, honestly, what a beautiful introduction. Your mates, your two friends will be so proud of you for writing this. It's a world-class track. You don't get to come on first unless your song's world-class, man. Sit back and enjoy this. Marcus Lazarus with One Last Goodbye. Um, yeah. What's Graham? You'll be shedding a tear with this one. I can guarantee you. Sit back and enjoy. One love.
departed, just pictures in a frame, yeah. If you stood here and held me, I would break down and cry. But I'd go through the sorrow and pain for one last goodbye. Once a songbird flying high played a twilight melody. In the morning he just flew away. If he stood here and smiled, I would break down and cry. But I lived through the sorrow and all the pain for one last goodbye. All those things I should have said are just memories instead. And it's too late to tell you how I feel when it's lonely in the night. But I'll know I'll see the light. I will live through my sorrow and shame for one last goodbye. All those things I should have said are just memories instead. And it's too late to tell you how I feel when it's lonely in the night. But I'll know I'll see the light. I would live through my sorrow and shame for one last goodbye. There are moments in your life that you want to live again. Dear departed, just pictures in a frame. If you stood here and held me, baby, I would break down and cry. But I'd go through the sorrow and pain for one last goodbye. But I'd go through the sorrow and pain for one last goodbye. And I'd go through the sorrow and pain for one last goodbye.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, wow, Graham. Very, very, very special. I'm just honestly, Marcus, I know you've turned the lighting down there in case you shed tears. Like we would like to shed tears in here, man. And Trevin, I'm going to put Graham in front of you because I just know Graham has to say something here, right? My three amigos, Mick and Mark, the two co-hosts, and then Graham, our next guest. What would you like to say to Marcus on that? We'll start with Mick, then Mark, then Graham.
Well, the introduction was exactly what you said. It was absolutely world class. And right at the end there, I just thought of if they ever made another Commitments film, musical or whatever, that would need to be in it. I'd be fighting for that to be part of of that sort of story.
Yeah,
the stories of musicians in particular is good. I love the whole ambience. I love the Hammond organ, the guitars, the vocals were superb. The production was just spot on from beginning to end. Can't give it any more accolades than that because I can't think of any more words to give. But that was beautiful. Thank you very much.
Well said, Mick. You nearly had me there, Marcus, as well. I had to think about some stronger things there, man, because, yeah, your mates will be looking down on you, very proud of you for that. Redbeard and then WWG.
Marcus, first of all, thank you so much for explaining the story behind the music, and such a moving story too. When you're writing a song that is so important because it's a tribute to someone that you've lost, it's sometimes very difficult, I think. I mean, I've done a couple myself, and you really struggle with the words because you want to get it dead right. And I've got to say, dead right, that song is an absolute, it sounds like a classic blues track that should be on the radio every day. The vocals, your vocalist on this, fantastic voice, guitar player, the whole thing. I just loved everything about it. And yeah, brought a lump to my throat too. But yeah, great tribute to your friends, my friend. Brilliant, really nice. Thank you.
Well said. I don't know if you know Marcus yet, but he's a lifetime member. It's only his second appearance on the show, but he's in for the long haul, so he is. Everyone is here. Nigel's a debutant. I'm working in Trevin. This is his second appearance. We hope to get him on board shortly, but everybody's lifetime members here. Graham, the most emotional man in the family. I can't wait to hear what you've got to say, brother.
Absolute class. Absolute class. So nice. I could hear that in Jules Holland. That's something I could hear.
Yeah, if he was around today, who knows,
Just a classic arrangement.
But what an ironic thing that he was singing that song and then passed himself. Yeah, and it was played at his funeral. So that's a
beautiful job. Beautiful job. Very nice.
His family love it as well. So.
Well said, everyone. Marcus Lazarus in England. Until the next time, brother. Hope we can sing around and hear the rest of these tracks here. Marcus Lazarus, get him added, everyone. Very special artist. And yeah, cheers, man. So from England, we'll go up north of the border up to Scotland. Graham Tucker, aka WWG, which stands for Walter White Graham, because he's a spitting image of Walter White from, Breaking Bad. That's him called himself that. Graham, introduce yourself and what's the story behind your song State of Emergency?
Okay, no problem. For a change, I won't cry because it's not that kind of song you'll be glad to hear.
You should get yourself a pair of dark shades.
I know, a pair of shades, one of those masks or something. Really, I'm like Mick. I'm self-contained. I sort of play, write, and record, produce everything myself. What this song's about is, I think there's a nice story behind this one too, in that everybody has a big box of 4-track tapes that are lying gathered in dust of songs that may never see the light. And you might never use them again or whatever. There's always a couple of songs there that mean something, and a lot of them I've re-recorded. In fact, the one that Mark liked last week, that's 30 years old, quite an old song. Basically, this song that I've chosen is quite unique because it's the only song that I would allow to be played in person that's the original demo, because everything else I've re-recorded from a better studio perspective. But I will record this one eventually, but I think it has to be done with a band because it requires a band to get the sound right. But what I do like about this particular version is it captures all the confidence, the passion, and the energy that when you've just written, just like Mark said, when you've just written something you're really proud of, and then you go straight into record it, which is a great luxury. It's hard to regain that kind of feeling. The influences come from two sides. It's got a country influence, which is like things like the Eagles, very much Poco. I was very much a Poco fan. And the rockier side was more influenced by like the Smiths, XTC, but most importantly at the time, because it was back in 1990, there was an Australian band called In Excess, and they released an album called The Kick Inside, and I just love that album to death. It's one of my all-time favourite albums. I think everything on that album is just fantastic. The way the guitars duel and then the rhythm tracks are just incredible, and it really influenced me. So that's where this influence comes. But what the song's about is just as relevant 30 years later as it was then. It's about being unemployed and how it makes you feel. But all my songs always have an upside. And the last part you've got is a chant which says, give me a second chance. Give me a second chance to prove myself. And what that's saying is, I might be down, but I'm not out. And it's quite unique for me as well, because I'm known as a blue-eyed soul singer. This actually helps utilise a talent I rarely use, which is my guitar playing, which I've barely picked up a guitar in a year. Now, this is when I did play the guitar a lot. So that's the kind of story. It's quite unusual for me. It's quite an unusual song for me.
Graham, you're right. What I like to say is that you're a diamond in the rough, man. You're such a surprise to many people when they hear your music. You touch all genres. The last one he was on, he had a world class Afrobeats type of song, and what a beautiful voice you've got, Graham. Without further ado, WWG is how you go by his artist name, with State of Emergency 2018. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. One love, and don't mess with me; they'll batter you, by the way.
It's not my dear enjoyment. Instead of emergency, I don't know what's coming over me. Yeah, yeah. Too much time on my hands, time enough for thinking. Oh, I've seen people go to the top, but I just stand up blinking. When all is said and done, I really can't complain. Most of all the blame comes down on me. I never took advantage of the chances that we had. Next time's gonna be different. Next time's gonna be different. I swear. Give me a second chance. Give myself. Give me a second chance. Give me a second chance.
Whoa.
WG. I actually could hear some yodeling. I can't yodel.
It's
Brilliant
called
track, man.
scat.
Honestly, it's awesome, man. So same again, Mick, Mark, and then our next guest is Trevin, as in heaven. I'll never forget you
Okay.
told me that. Mark, Mick, Mark, and then Trevin.
Okay, you can call me anything you like, but never call me late for the party. Right, that's super. What I've got to do is throw out the challenge, obviously, because you said it earlier on. You're gonna have to do it. I love that mix. You can feel the passion, you can feel the energy in the songwriting, you can feel it in the music. But I'm challenging you've got to do an updated version of it. Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to hear it. You've got to do it, mate, because that song.
I think it is. It's a song that needs to be done because it's got a lot of potential.
It is.
And it needs to be given the better quality. I know.
And that guitar works special. The singing's fabulous. It's just all good. I get the In Excess connection. I get that. It'd be lovely to hear what you can do with it, but that is worth working on more. It's great as it is, but crack on with it, mate. All right.
Well, that's a good point. That's a challenge. I'll take it up.
Well said, Mick. And I've already named you. You've now got a name. It's Bossman. End of story. And we can't change it now. I mean, you can fall out of me, but you're the Bossman from now on. Redbeard, and then Trevin. As long as I think Trevin's busy, I hope to put you on next, mate. So Mark, and then Trevin. What you want to say to Graham? Well, I'll load up Trevin's track.
Yeah, Graham. I fully agree with Mick. You have. I mean, pre-production is a wonderful thing. You know what I mean? The more you do a song, you know, and you come back to it and you maybe redo it again, it's gonna put some more life in it. But the more I listen to your material, the more I come to terms with the fact you're a really, really talented guy, and I know you do everything yourself, rather like me. That is a killer track. Yeah, it sounds a bit in excess-ish, but that's not a bad thing. And I was quite happy there wasn't a video with it because it gave me a chance to have a little groove. I was like grooving away. So yeah, man, that is top draw. So yeah,
thank you very much. I will. That's what I'll do.
Yeah. Great vocals too, by the way. Great vocals.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Well said, Trevin.
Yeah, man, agreed. I was actually very surprised. I did not expect that at all. And in such a great way. I mean, I just sounded very much like you'd be in a movie or something like that as well. It had a very cool soundtrack call. And your vocal, totally didn't expect that. And obviously this sounds very pre-auto tune, but in a good way, in the sense that that's like really, you were nailing that, like singing that, and it sounded so good. And
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great, man.
Hey,
thank you.
Check out some of his other stuff. He's got such a variation, and honestly, man, you're absolutely great, and you're a very good friend as well, Graham. And we're going to be doing a weekly show with maybe 5 or 6 of the regular Scottish people on it, so we
I'd
can
like that. That'd be great.
Get people on, and we can just like scare them to death. Well, the Scottish voices, you know. WWG. Until the next time. Thanks, man, Graham Tucker.
Thank you, guys.
So from Scotland, we're flying across the pond to California. I return to the show for Trevin, and you see it, how you say heaven. Trevin as in heaven. That you should just call us that. Trevin as in heaven. That's your name to me, but it's Trevin. Introduce yourself, brother. And what's the story behind your song, which is called, what's it called, the one for today? It's Summer Vacation.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Sparky. So yeah, very similar, as you guys mentioned as well, tend to be very self-contained and produce and do everything myself. I started as a drummer, and then I started slowly learning guitar, and I was playing in all kinds of bands in high school. And then I learned how to produce and work in Pro Tools. And then this most recent album that I did, which this song is on, I did with my good friend Michael Blue. It was the first time in a while I decided to work with another producer, just to step into that seat again and see what that would feel like, and try to have someone else bring their flavor to it. And so it has a very, I was going for a very 90s, 2000s, all the classics from like John Mayer, Jack Johnson, Jason Mraz, Third Eye Blind, The Fray, Colby Calais, which is someone Michael had worked with. He did her first album, which had the song Bubbly Starts in My Toes, Makes Me Crinkle My Nose, if anyone knows that song. And he did work with One Republic, and he worked with Jason Mraz. I had worked under him as a writer-producer for a while back in 2019, so that's how we met. And through him, I've actually gotten to work with Macy Gray, which is kind of cool, and written some songs with her. And so this song in particular, though, yep, she's legendary in her own way. Yes. This song, I came up with the initial idea for this back in maybe like 2016 or something like that. I had just gotten a new acoustic at the time, and I was waiting. My mom was working as an after-school coordinator, and I just went there to meet with her, and I was waiting for her to rap, and I just started playing a riff on it. And I originally wrote it in a much higher key, so I thought it's like, oh, this will be a song for a girl or something. I just sat there and I came up with the chorus. I tend to be a hook writer first. That tends to be my strong suit. And then I sat on it, and suddenly when I was curating through all my rough ideas for this album, I thought like, oh, that, the theme Summer Vacation, that might be a cool one to visit and put together for this collection. So that was the idea. And then I sat and tried to figure out and write what the story was going to be. And it kind of came into this space of when you're an adult and you grow into being an adult and you sort of lose a little bit of that childlike wonder, nostalgia, and almost naivete in a way about the simplicity of something like what summer vacation means for a kid, and just and freedom, just wanting freedom. And so it's a little bit about describing the challenges of growing into adulthood and longing for and wishing for that freedom, which in my own words was wishing for that feeling of summer vacation.
What a wonderful introduction, man. And do you know something? See, the first track that you featured on our show, I listen to it all the time. It's world class. I've only heard this one once since, brother. It's one of the best songs that you'll ever hear. But we're not here to talk about that one. Summer Vacation by Trevin. You're absolutely world class, man. Sit back and enjoy. Gents and any females that may be watching out there. But we're having a sausage fest tonight. One love.
Thanks, Bert.
Every day it's the same old crazy. I'm always stuck in a yes, no, maybe. Trying to laugh, but it's not that funny. Getting stuck in the same old crazy. Trying to get right, make it on time, but it never goes to plan. On a highway, in a daydream, wanting to say, I wish every day could be like summer vacation, and every day could be our own celebration. We go, whoa, 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 whoa. And every day could be like summer vacation. I'm uninspired, but I'm not lazy. Working so hard to appease somebody. Hoping someday maybe I'll get lucky. Catch a break, then I'll do things my way. Do things my way. Trying to hold tight, fight the good fight, but it always feels like a waste. When the good times are what make life take your breath away. I wish every day could be like summer vacation, and every day could be our own celebration. We go, whoa, 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 whoa. And every day could be like summer vacation. Summer vacation. People might say that you're wasting your precious life away when you choose to do what soothes you and give yourself a break. Well, who says that you can't make your life what you need? And if you need what I need, why don't we? vacation, and every day could be our own celebration. We go, whoa, 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 and every day could be like summer vacation, summer vacation, summer vacation, summer vacation.
Absolutely beautiful, man. You're absolutely. You can't get any better than what you do, Trevor. You're class, man. You should be in every radio station there is. You know what I mean? Redbeard, you're the next guest, so I'm going to let Graham do a comment. So Graham, Mark, then Graham, Mick, then Mark. Well, load up Redbeard's song.
No problem. I can hear the hook master. Yeah, the hooks are brilliant in that. A very clean, slick production, pleasant. It could be used in all sorts of applications, film, whatever, you know. It's just the right thing at the right time. You're obviously listening to what's happening and then reacting to it, which is what you've got to do if you want to have a career. So that's brilliant. Very enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Graham.
welcome.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well said, brother. Well said. Boss man.
Okay, dude. That was, well, we're at the back end of winter here. And as soon as that kicked in, I was thinking that could be playing on my neighbour's radio in my backyard with the sun shining about 30 degrees. It's superb. It's poppy. I was thinking halfway through, like if you heavied it up a bit, it'd be sort of punky, a bit edge, but you've kept it on that sort of pop line, which is really lovely. I would have loved it either way, to be fair. It's just a wonderful song, well put together, greatly produced, well sung as well, my young man, and just high energy. Love it. Bring on the bloody summer.
Amen to that.
Right.
Yeah, Dito that. Redbeard.
Yeah, I absolutely adored that. It's got a fantastic feel-good factor, and I'm not going to say it's got a style and a sound that is really, really so pleasing to the ear. And the hooks are everything. I mean, I don't know if you're like me, but before I even write lyrics, I'm humming the melody. I want a melody. I want a hook line. Then I'll put the words to that hook line. But you know, in a sitcom like Cheers, you know, where that theme song is just grabs you straight away. Well, that song of yours gets me like that, and it made me smile from ear to ear. And as Graham said, or Mick, I think. Sorry, Mick. I can't wait for the summer. Can't wait.
Honestly, do you know, it's just so commercially ready, and it's ready for everybody's ears. Even my wee mum couldn't help herself. She's so, I'm going to remember that for a long time. So, and do you know something, Mum?
Really?
Stop being shy. I don't want to put my mum under pressure, but if you want to come on and say it to any of these artists, Mum, just turn your camera on and come on and say it. But Trevin, till the next time, Trevin as in heaven, come and join us, brother. We want you here. One love, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. So appreciate it. Thank you.
Hang around. I think we've only got 9 songs. Ryan, I hope Hermini's going to come. I want you to go on after Hermini if he does come. So I'll just, he's a busy guy. If he comes, we'll need to drop everything and put him straight on. But I wanted him to hear your hip hop track. So hopefully he comes. He should. But from California, we're heading over to London for one of my bestest friends in the whole wide world, Mark Redbeard's story. Introduce yourself and tell us about your cover called A Spoonful of Fever.
Oh, hi everyone. So I'm Mark Story, and I write, record, and produce my own stuff. I do everything you hear I do, and I produced and made the video as well. So I'm a bit of a one-man band, stand and fall on my own. Can't blame anyone else. Currently on track 7 of a debut album, which is going really great. This track won't be on it because I don't want to put any covers on the album. But I was just jamming one night down the studio, and it suddenly came to me that I was playing Spoonful by Howlin' Wolf, and for some strange reason, Fever crept into my head. And I thought, what if I could put the two together? Because I got the same kind of groove. So I set about it. Now, I recorded it and produced it, and I had it finished, mixed and finished, but something wasn't right. Something was missing. And I thought, I don't know where these ideas come from, but I thought this song needs slide guitar. Now, I can't play slide guitar, but I thought, well, how difficult could it be? So I basically set about teaching myself slide. So this is the first song I ever played slide on. Since then, I've been progressing with it, and the later material I'll be releasing soon is one track in particular is driven completely by slide guitar. The whole song is slide guitar. But I hope you enjoy it. It's a hybrid of Spoonful by Howlin' Wolf and Fever by Peggy Lee.
Dude, everything he does is world class. They're guaranteed to love it. He's guaranteed to love this. Very creative guy. He's the only person that can change the colour of my hat. Every time he comes on the show, he's changed my hat to red. I don't know how he does it. He's our very own Alice Cooper. Mark Redbeard's story. Sit back and enjoy. If you don't know his music yet, just, yeah, you will in a minute. One love. My mum's favourite. Marky boy.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Everybody's got the fever. That is something you all knew. Fever isn't something new. Yeah, fever started long ago. It could be a spoonful of water, save you from the desert sand. One bullet from a 45 will save you from from another man. A man lies about a little. Somebody lies about a little. Somebody dies about a little. Everything's a fight about a spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that 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 spoonful. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn.
Sit back and look at this. In fact, I'm not going to let you do it, but he even mentions me in it. He says, special thanks to lots of people, and even Marky, Sparky, Leah, look. Oh, Mark, love you, brother. Fantastic, honestly, dude. Our next co-host, Mick, is next. So, Marcus, could you jump in and say something this time? Marcus, then Graham, and then the boss man is our next artist. Marcus, Graham, and then Mick.
Wow. Right up my street, mate. I mean, that was awesome. That was funky as fuck. You know what I mean? I'm listening here, right? But that, you nailed it, man. I've just bought myself one of those Jack Daniels 3-strings as well, and you know, I'm teaching myself sliding. I know, I can feel the pain, brother. Making it sound awesome, and the video, what a great production! Like somebody said, it really fits, man. It really goes well. So well done. Classic.
Thank you, Marcus. Yeah, that's a Bohemian oil can guitar. I've just bought another one called a Bohemian Moonshine.
I would definitely put that on the album. Whatever hoops you have to jump through to get it on.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend. I was talking to a friend of mine about this, and the thing is that you have to go through all the process of like copyright, you know. And I've got 2 songs in there, and my budget is tight. So if I can put one of my own songs on there, then rather than a cover, I would. But yeah, I agree with you. But I was planning to put it on the album, but I think the whole copyright thing is kind of tricky, you know. So I'm being a bit careful here. But I really appreciate your comments. I'll take them as a huge
Honestly, see Mr. Lazarus here, you should see the amount of awards he wins basically on a weekly basis. He's winning a new international award. He's an absolute kingpin every day. If you don't, honestly, well said, dude. Graham, WWG, then Mick Wilson, our next artist, who's also world class. Graham, then Mick, what was your thoughts here?
I love what Mark does, always have. One of the things I think makes Mark special is the visuals. The visuals bring your songs alive, and that makes all the difference. The songs can be great, but sometimes you need that extra dimension, and you bring that extra dimension to it. So it's absolutely first class. But I love everything you do anyway, so I'm biased.
Oh, thanks, mate. I mean, the thing is, I'm under the impression that if you post, say, an MP3 on Facebook or on social media, the chances of people clicking on it are probably less than if they see a video, even if they don't watch the whole video. So I try and do the both. So I'm fortunate in the fact that, you know, I'm very familiar with the software. So, but thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, just imagine, Graham, if he got in to use world-class equipment. He's sitting in his own house with his own. I'm not saying he's got shit right, but he's not jealous. He's not got any world, you know. Imagine he was in a, you know, a multi-million-pound studio. What he could do with the equipment, man.
I know. I'm so jealous. It's so good, man.
Hear about Mark, you like it. It could. Joey Stuckey, call out. I thought you were going to bring him over to Georgia and get him into your 3 stories. Like, you know, honestly, Mark, you're capable of so much, man. Mick, the boss man Wilson, huh? That's the sticker, man.
Hey, that's brilliant, mate. As I was stalking you on YouTube the other day, I actually landed on that, and I listened to it about 6 or 7 times. I really do like what you've done with it, the way you've blended them together. I just thought about a new Quentin Tarantino film based in a dusty town in America, and your song coming on at the beginning, and the big brawl sort of kicking off in the bar. So it was all good. It brings a load of good memories, good ideas, great song, mate. Great.
Yeah, thanks, Mick. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying there. I've just completed a mix on a song that I've written called Dark Voodoo Magic, and it's 5 minutes and 35 seconds long. And I can't wait to get to work on the video for that one because there's a lot going on in that. But yeah, I'm going to get working on that and get that out to you guys so you can have a listen to it. Appreciate your kind words. Thank you, Mick.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
Mark, see if you couldn't
Yes,
sing
sir.
and play guitar, you'd probably be a millionaire just making people's videos. People would be booking you out all day long to make videos for them. Do you know what I mean? So that's a mega talent what you can do, you know. Mark Redbeard's story gets a 15-minute section, seeing as he's a legend. Till the next time, brother.
Cheers,
So
guys. Thank you.
we're staying in the UK, just going a bit north up to see our other co-host of today's show, Mick Wilson. Could you introduce yourself, dude, and the story behind your beautiful song, I Found You?
Right, I'm Mick Wilson. I'm a singer-songwriter. I retired in April last year to do more music. I met my partner just at the beginning of the lockdown, and she's now living with me. The song's about how before I met her I wasn't bothered, but when I met her I got bothered, and so that's the idea behind the story. It was my first attempt at working with other people across the internet. I've got Logic X. I met this guy on just begging people to work with me, as I do regularly. And he was from East California, and his name's Manshurika. Check him out on iTunes. He's got a couple of albums out. Great piano player, great singer. And I collabed with him and a couple of guitarist friends of mine, a bass player. It's about being in love. That's what us songwriters like.
It's the organ that's been the reason behind most songs that's ever been written in at the heart, let's face it. Mick Wilson with I Found You, another absolute gem. I think he's got over 1,000 originals. Just wow. Sit back and enjoy I Found You by Mick.
Stuck inside my shelter, and for me that's fine. Put myself in my own chains, staying out there on my shelf, but then I found you, but then I found it nice to do nothing, no one else to trouble me. It was good to be on my own, and I didn't need to care. And then I found you, and then I found you. That's all changing. I got you and you got me. You found me out, oh my lover. Life will never be the same as when I found you. 'Cause then I found you, but then I found
Mick Wilson, and you know, he doesn't take his tracks to, you know, like Abbey Roads and master them and take 10. He literally writes one when he goes for a drink of water during the night and writes a new song. Done, you know. So everything you hear Mick's could be like literally 1,000 times. Mick, I love you to bits, man. Graham, you're going to say Graham, Mark, and our next guest, who is Thomas. A little bit of jazz next, ladies and gents. Sorry. So Graham, Mark, then Thomas. What was your thoughts here on that wonderful track?
I think what's great about that song and just general songwriters in general is what connects us is when we resonate with someone over something we can all relate to. And everyone can relate to love. You're either in love, lost love, looking for love. So it's always a great thing to, I always think it's really important to write something that's going to resonate with people. And that was beautiful. Lovely, hippie, trippy, you know, absolutely spot on vibe for that kind of thing. And I'm glad you found somebody as well, Mick. You'll be writing some fantastic songs. Hope you don't start writing soppy songs, right? Write something a bit of angst.
It was taking all that time. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What girl do I choose? I don't know. And somebody's story.
Have you seen this face?
Hey, I heard you were done. I heard you were done like a honky, Mick. I went, hey, I never said anything bad. That was Cockney rhyming slang there. Sorry, Redbeard, and then T.W. Anderson, Thomas.
Yeah, I think the beer's kicked in.
Yeah, I'm on my fourth beer.
Ooh, you're off the chain tonight, Mick. I was so immersed in that song that I forgot to comment in the chat, but I have commented on your YouTube channel and given you a like. It's a great love song. It's really well constructed. The vocals are superb. The piano parts embellish it beautifully, and that descending vocal harmony, I think, on the words "I Found You" is I love doing stuff like that. It's a masterstroke, but it sounds great, mate. You should be really proud of that. Awesome tune, awesome. The quality of the music on it tonight is really top draw. It's great. Awesome.
Hey, absolutely good. And you know, see these shows, Mark, these shows are going to be exclusively only for family members from now on. It really is going to be the case. Maybe one guest will be a newbie or something, but it's all about focusing on who's actually in the family. Well said, Mark. T.W. Anderson, Thomas.
Yeah, great song. I like the song too. Congratulations. And what I particularly liked about it is that it's a love song, but sort of nostalgic too. You know, it sort of touches you that it could be as much as the beginning of a film as the end of a film. So you're not actually sure where it's going, even though it was clear. So yeah, I think you caught that in a very nice way.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Sparky, just to comment that I should be on the jazz show on Sunday. Thank you for saying that. But somehow I like to be on this mix show. That I
I know.
That I hear what the mix standard, you know, whatever style that we sort of go for a certain expression and
see my intentions. My intentions is to bring some of the biggest jazz radio station owners onto these specific shows. So really, it's the next level shit to be on I'm on like episode 2 of jazz, but I'm in episode 4 of rock, episode 6 of metal, etc. I've got 20 different genre shows that I'm doing, but they're strictly for the family, and we're just starting here. So yeah. Thomas, T.W. Anderson, you're next. But Mick, the boss man Wilson, thank you, brother. Until the next time.
Thank you. Yeah.
So from England, we fly over to the Netherlands. I've been to Amsterdam 13 holidays. That's the most visited place in my life. I love the country. T.W. Anderson, you've been in the music family for over 2 years now. Even before I done shows, I was doing little silly promotions for you. Introduce yourself, your new promotion, Winter Storm, and tell me the story behind your song, Probing Steps.
Yeah, Winter Storm is a band I had for many years. The last tour we did was just before the pandemic, but it's a friend of mine from Oslo playing the guitar, and we know each other from high school age, so it's a very special connection with him, and I combine it with some musicians here in Amsterdam. The tune is Probing Steps. it's about searching, and sometimes you take 2 steps forwards and 1 backwards, or in this case, and it sort of became a musical idea also that you take 3 steps up and then 3 down, and you slightly don't hit the same spot you went up, so you sort of get off a little bit every time. That said, I hope it appeals just as a searching, a bit, yeah, a bit mystic and a bit searching for stuff, and it's all instrumental with this
Dude,
wonderful musicians. Yeah.
Dude, you're fantastic. I know you've been involved with the Robert Root Band, the Intuit Trio. He's got so many projects in the go. He's classically trained. The guy is a major professional, you know. Do you want to say anything else here, Thomas?
Yeah, I'm interrupting since you mentioned Intuit Trio. It's the same saxophone player, so it's one more connection to this. So Natalia Sued is the saxophone player.
I tell you,
yeah.
What you do need is a cameraman to catch you in footage, dude. That's what you need. Without further ado, sit back. Winter Storm, you know, with probing steps. That's exactly what it is. Sit back and enjoy. One laugh. Some jazz music for the ears and the soul. Absolutely fantastic. You know, we don't call this a diverse show for nothing. Do you know we still got a hip hop show and a metal song to go? And young Graham, young Alexander next. So that was absolutely wonderful. T.W. Anderson, honestly. Winter Storm, involved in lots of stuff. So Mick and Mark, the two co-hosts, and our next guest, Alexander the Great. What would you like to say here about that song?
Brilliantly hypnotic, mystical. It was beautiful. It took me back in the 1970s. I used to go to a club called the Boat Club in Nottingham, which was twinned with the Marquee in London, and used to see all Rory Gallagher, mostly rock stuff. But before I used to go there was a little jazz club, and none of my friends would go. And I used to sit and I loved to watch jazz musicians interact and play, and that just took me back to that time. I just loved every note of it from the beginning. Very, very interesting, innovative introduction to a jazz song. I loved every note all the way through.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely awesome. And Thomas, if you've got time on Sunday, come to the jazz show. It might be 2.5 hours long. Even if you've got half an hour, come in. I'll make sure you're featured.
I'll keep them on. I'll try to drop in on it. Yeah.
Let me know if you can. Redbeard, then our next guest, the Standpoints.
Yeah. I mean, Thomas, the beauty of this show is you get to hear so many different styles and genres.
Yeah,
I think as a musician, the most important thing, one of the most important things, is to keep an open mind on all forms of music, and don't close anything out. Now, jazz is not my forte, but I have dabbled, not played it, but I've listened to it, and I know what I like in jazz. And some jazz I don't really dig, but I really enjoyed that because it was accessible, it was clever, the musicianship was top quality, it was beautiful jazz music, but it gave you something, it gave the listener something to really lock into. And there was all these little melodies going on, all these little riffs and things like that, and like these ambient sounds in the background. And it was fantastic. And quite frankly, I mean, I think you've worked a masterpiece there because it's 5 minutes long. It doesn't feel like it. In fact, I could go back and listen to that again, because there's a certain frame of mind I get into sometimes where that sort of music would really, really like get me going. So yeah, I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Hey, Mark, do you know that's probably his shortest song ever? The last time he's brought 9 minutes, 12 minutes song.
I can't remember. I'm trying to pick my short one, but that's true.
You need a cameraman. You need somebody. I've got a friend in Amsterdam who'd probably come in videos if he's bought him some beers or something like that. I'm not joking. You need videos of yourselves doing this stuff. Alexander the Great, what was your thoughts here, young man?
Honestly, it was, as I said before, I didn't notice it was 5 minutes. I was just enjoying it, even though I've never really listened to jazz in the past. I really just enjoyed it. It was good. One of my first songs to listen to. I could say that. I'm too young.
See if the jazz artists do get a gig. You're talking like 4 figures for the gig. They get them in the 5-star plus restaurants. You can't go in there as a hip hop artist, and you know the jazz is the most prestige. It's probably genre there is. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, T.W. Anderson, absolutely wonderful. Winter Storm till the next time.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, so from the Netherlands, we're flying back over to the UK. Alexander, representing the Standpoints. Who are the Standpoints, and what's the story behind your song? Some of Us, I Need Your Love.
So essentially, Standpoints is my own almost little company that I built to promote my dad's music. I made videos for him, made all the social medias. We recently passed 1,000 followers on TikTok, and with that, we started live streaming every day. So we've been streaming for at least an hour every day, fun little videos of my dad playing music. And honestly, it's just about getting all my dad's music out there. He's been making music for at least 30 years, and some of them are really awesome and need to be heard. And what better way to get them heard than on here?
Hey, well said, man. Your dad usually comes, Graham Hollingsworth and Alexander Hollingsworth. They are the Standpoints, father and son. Sit back and enjoy this marvellous track. Some of Us, I Need Your Love by Standpoints. Enjoy. Tracks to go. One love.
Some of us are broke. Some of us are fetching sticks for fine words under stroke. Some of us are leading. Some of us are led. Some of us good breeding. Some of us in bed. I need your love. I need a secret God above. I need your love. I need a secret God above. Oh, help me up, oh, help me up, oh, help me on my way. I need your love, I need your love, I need your love today. Some of us are resting, some of us are tired, some of us still on the shelf, the best before expired. Some of us are ringing, waiting for a tone. Some of us like singing right down the telephone. I need your love. I need a secret God above. I need your love. I need a secret God of love.
Standpoint, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely fantastic. So the two co-hosts, Mick, the boss man, Mark Redbeard, and then our next guest, Ryan. What would you like to say here? Well, I'll load up Ryan's track. Let's go.
That was brilliant. It's the I got the yearning bit. I didn't really get it, and this is why it will be great for every occasion. Are you yearning for God? Are you yearning for a relationship? Are you yearning for the new Ferrari? Not that I've got one. Love that. The video was superb. It fits the context of the song. The songwriting is superb. Love the singing as well. Absolutely spot on, mate. I really loved it.
Right, thank you. I always try to work backwards, take the lyrics that he gives me from these songs, and then try and implement them into these videos, AI, and edit it all together, make something nice.
It's superb, mate. Very
Well,
good, mate.
well said, Mick. Alexander, I'm just going to give you some advice. Start to put stuff on your Facebook profile for the page Standpoints, because your dad's paid for daily promotions, but you don't have anything on your Facebook profile, your actual page. So make sure you start to upload some stuff to that, right? So that I can help push these more, because you've only got 5 followers on Facebook because you don't use the page. Redbeard, what was your thoughts? Redbeard, and then Ryan.
Yeah, Alexander, first of all, nice to meet you. Secondly, I think it's fantastic, the work you do with your dad. That just melts my heart. It's brilliant. I'd like to hear some of your dad's stuff, so send me a link, please.
Will do.
It's a very unique sound. It's got a bit of an indie feel to it. But the thing that really got me was the layers of vocal harmonies. They literally wash through the song like a river. And yeah, most impressed. I look forward to hearing more of your music.
All right, thank you very much.
Well said, dude. And when you see all the videos getting video edited, all the past shows, this young man's going to be the one doing them. And many people have wanted to do it, but I don't trust many people, but I trust this young guy. Ryan Smiles are free hardy. What a name that is, eh? What was your thoughts here before we get to your section, brother?
I liked it. It was unique. It's a different sound. It's relaxing. I like the video. Video was different as well. It's not, mainstream doesn't sound like everything else. It's got its own unique sound, which I like.
My dad always does like to just create his own stuff off his own. I know he creates his own rhythms. He goes for it. He doesn't follow other people or other trends. He always just wants to do his own thing.
That's awesome. Good job.
Hey, reach out to Alexander and Graham Hollingsworth. If you're not already friends with them, you probably will be. They've been in like 5 or 6 shows now. Mark, I think you've met his dad, to be honest with you. Alexander, and I've named you tonight the Great. Till the next time. Standpoints. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So from England, we're going to fly over to New York for Ryan Smells of Fee Hardy. And I'm sorry, Hermione didn't show up. I was wanting you to go on after him so that he could help you in your hip hop career. But Ryan Smells of Fee Hardy, introduce yourself and the story behind your song, My Epic Love Song.
I'm Ryan. I'm from New York, upstate New York, where it's freezing right now. Got 20 feet of snow. This song, I did it for my girlfriend. She's, she saved my life. I used to have a big drinking problem back in the day, and it about killed me. When she got pregnant for my son, I quit, and I haven't touched it in almost 4 years. And she was a big part of me being able to, walk away from it and being alive today. So I figured I'd give back to her, and it's almost Valentine's Day. So.
Hey, absolutely fantastic, man. And do you know something? Graham, he could give you a run for your money for being one of the most emotional artists. Like, it really is. He's a special guy as well. I love you to bits, Ryan. Ryan Smells of Fee Hardy with his wonderful track, My Epic Love Song, dedicated to the love of his life. Enjoy.
Stars above, a love so deep it's like a message sent from up above. Yeah, your smile's my beacon, got me through the night. In your presence, everything, you just feel alright. You're the melody in my heart, the rhythm of my soul. With you, I'm complete, yeah, I feel whole. Every word you speak is like a work of art. I knew right from the start you captured my heart. In this world so cold, you're my burning fire. One desire, reason that I inspire to be a better man. Staying by your side with you is my muse. There's nothing that I can't ride. Through every storm, we'll be strong together. Through thick and thin in any kind of weather. With your hand in mine, we'll conquer all of it. In this crazy world, you're my safe haven. Yeah, you're my call. You're my one and only call. Our love's like a novel, epic tale to be told. Every chapter's a story of love unfold. You're the ink to my pen, words on my page. With you, I'm writing a love song that'll never age. Trials and tribulations, we'll find a way. In the darkest of night, you'll be the light of my day. No matter the distance, our love will persist. In the game of love, girl, you're the only one that I insist. Together we'll shine like the light at its peak. With you, I'm strong. Girl, I ain't no longer weak. In your eyes, see a future that's so bright. With you by my side, everything, girl, I'm feeling alright. You're my everything, my shining star. No distance can break us, no matter how far. Through thick and thin, we're always gonna rise above. Through the sympathy of love, you're my eternal love. Time goes by, love, it'll only grow in each other's arms. Yeah, we're gonna bask and glow. Here's to us and to the love that we share forever and always. I'm gonna be right here. Together we'll shine like the sun that's peak. With you, I'm strong, yeah, I'm no longer weak. In your eyes, I see your future so bright. With you by my side, everything it just feel right. Our love's a novel, yeah, and epic tale to be told. In every chapter, a story of love unfolds. You're the ink in my pen, you're the words on my page. With you, I'm writing a love song that'll never age. Through trials and tribulations, we'll find our way. In the darkest night, girl, you'll be the bride in my day. No matter the distance, our love will persist. In the game of love, girl, you're the only one, I insist. You're the only one, yeah, you're the only one that exists.
Well, now we all know if you want your women to love you and stay by your side forever, you have to write a song like that. You're setting the standard, Ryan. Fantastic. Mick, my co-host, he's at the age where he doesn't know you have to keep a charge on your phone. This kills your battery. So he might come back in a minute, but he's accidentally vanished. So Redbeard, then Trevin, you can cover Mick because he's away. Then our last and final, but not least guest, Nigel. So Mark, Trevan, Nigel, what was your thoughts there?
Ryan, that is awesome. I mean,
Thank you.
congratulations on turning yourself around. And yeah, you know, the love of a good woman, a good woman makes all the difference. I mean, I wouldn't be making music if it wasn't for my partner. I'll be honest with you. She pushed me into it and she encouraged me and she turned my life around and she took me out of some really dark places. The song itself, the flow and the bars are absolutely rhythmically perfect. The lyrics are fantastic. The tribute to your partner, I mean, she must have been over the moon to hear that. I mean, what a beautiful love song with a rap beat. So 10 out of 10, brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, can I just say, I bet you he just freestyled it when you wrote it as well. I mean, the guy's a freestyling master. He doesn't
Yeah, I
sit
didn't
there
write
and-
any lyrics.
Right?
I didn't write any of
He
the
just
lyrics down.
like Eminem style, like, you know what I mean? And but honestly, Ryan, you're so talented. You've got your back for life. Trevan, what was your thoughts then, Nigel?
Yeah,
Well,
man.
I mean,
Sorry, I caused confusion there.
Hold on,
Sorry,
Ryan.
Nigel's in
Yeah.
Malta. Trevan, then Nigel. I'm sorry.
sorry.
My bad.
It's interesting because I got to hear you the last time I was on, and of course that was a more aggressive, intense track. But I still, being a child of, or being someone who grew up in the era when rock and hip hop were being merged, and that was, you know, with bands like Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park and all that stuff. But it's cool to hear you continue to use those influences and to do it in a way. And I think to hear you say that you had like given up on music and then to come back into it and then to create a song that you can dedicate to the person that inspired you and encouraged you to do that is a beautiful thing. It's a great thing, man. Well done.
Thank you.
Well said, Trevor. Nigel over in Malta, what was your thoughts here, brother?
Yeah, I mean, like most of the guys said already, I mean, it's a really awesome track. I mean, I started off my musical journey listening to mainly rap songs and the 50 Cent, Eminem, you know, and I'm not really into the mumble rap of today, but this was really bloody good. So I mean, I love the lyrics. Even the fact that you freestyled them and probably wrote down them afterwards.
Yeah.
That's something really amazing to me. Yeah, I mean the bars were on beat. Everything was on point. I really enjoyed it. Truly.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well said, everyone. Ryan Smiles of Free Hardy. What a beautiful name! That just positivity just pours from your artist name alone. It might be quite a long name, but hey, there's only one Ryan Smiles of Free Hardy. Till the next time, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
from New York, we're flying over to Malta for the only debutant on the show today. Everyone else has been here before. And after this show, we're going to let everyone, if they want, say something to Nigel, and then that'll be the end of it. So, Nigel, who are Atomic Flame, and what's the story behind your song, The Hunter?
So, yeah, Atomic Flame, we started off really about a year ago. We played our first gig a year ago. And obviously, I mean, we spent a year before that, I mean, getting the band together, writing material. And yeah, we started our first gig a year ago, and we got two singles out. One of the latest one being The Hunter. Yeah, we're a heavy metal band, mainly influenced by like Maiden, Sabbath, Priest, you know, all those, especially the new wave of British heavy metal, which I'm obsessed about. Yeah, and right now we've got a couple of gigs lined up, and we're ready to go for the new year. And hopefully we're writing more tracks to complete an album, hopefully soon. So, yeah.
Hey,
and
you're absolutely...
The Hunter will be with them.
You're absolutely wonderful. And I've got a metal show next Friday the 9th. I'll invite you to come on it right now, whether you join the family or not. And I've just called you the Knight because you're from Malta. I'm sorry. Nigel the Knight from Atomic Flame with his wonderful track, The Hunter. Sit back and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Scouring across the land, we drove through the sands. The army had taught us to fight and push every stand. Cruising the dunes as we lapped, we filled our time. Dark clouds arrived as the dust winds fought our side. Lord, become the huntsman, and the strength will endure. Hunt down the soundless, the crown of hunter I wore. The sun disappeared and I saw my brothers lay down. The creature appeared from the dark with deafening sounds. Lord, become the huntsman, and the strength will endure. Hunt down the soundless, the crown of hunter I wore.
Absolutely, fandabby dozy. That means fantastic in Scottish. Hey, do you know something about the metal artists, right? I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Well, I didn't like the genre too much before I got into this music project, but they're some of the most talented musicians. And see their actual network, they're the most supportive people. They love each other. They're like that. And I've noticed it because I'm trying to help all genres. There's not one big-headed metal artist. They're all just so humble. They're absolutely wonderful. And before I let you all say something, because this is the last song, I'm a bit upset because there's only 9 people showed up. I want to stick to the 10-10 podcast, 10 artists, 10 songs. The person who didn't show up was Hermine. I don't want to feature his new song, which he was wanting to play, but with your blessings, I'd like to feature one of his I would say the most commercial viable song in the full family, and I'm not kidding. The guy he's had what is it? A song featured in Wesley Snipes movies. He's had the song featured in Martin Lawrence Fishburne's movie, and he's got the soundtrack for the latest documentary on Tommy Hearns, the boxers. He's bigger than most of these, maybe all put together. I'm not just saying this. So see, even if we feature him, he'll probably. Sorry, I'm not saying this, Dom. He'll probably share this, even if we feature him. So I'm going to load up Champion. You don't have to stay to hear it, but I'm going to feature one more song. So let's go Mark, Graham, then Ryan, while I load up Hermini's track, because I want to play 10 songs, 10 artists. That's why it's called 10-10. So Mark, Graham, Ryan.
Nigel, I mean, greetings to a man that comes from my motherland. Well, as Sparky said, you know, the mistake people make with metal is they think it's just a wall of noise. They don't understand all the work and that goes into it. And I think the only time they find out that it's not that easy to play is when they try and play it. Having said that, I think that you've done a fantastic track there. I definitely want to hear some more stuff by you. You've fused the classic new wave of British heavy metal sound with the more contemporary sounds, the more brutal sounds, the more hardcore sounds. And the vocals are great. The guitar is shredding. So I was really impressed with that. And do you gig at all in Malta? Do you play gigs?
Yes, we play a lot, especially last year. We had 5 or 6 gigs for at least for sure. I'm glad you mentioned that we fused the old school with the new school, because that's really been my mission all my entire musical career. Because I mean, I had another band before. It was my band, Nogi's Crew. It was the same thing really. We tried to fuse the old school with, especially the old school music, with fusing it with the new production, new sound of the way you record, you know. But I'm really glad you mentioned that.
Well, you absolutely nailed it, mate. You absolutely nailed it. It's great. Well done. Well done. Give my love to the country.
Yeah, I will do.
It's a little baby island, but it's a notorious. It's an ancient old place. Some of the most old building. Yeah, I know a lot about Malta as well. And I didn't call you
just under Sicily, you find a small dot. That's Malta.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Right, you're getting a full roundhouse here, so we've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reviews for you, right? So don't take as long as that old fart red beer there. Everyone, Graham, Ryan, then Thomas. What would you like to say to Nigel here? Graham?
Okay, what I would like to say, isn't music wonderful that we cross boundaries and countries, that we all listen to music of different genres throughout the entire world, and it's not tied to any one place. That's just wonderful about music. I really liked it. I'm not a great big fan of rock, if I'm completely honest, but there was a lot of good. Mark's absolutely right. You've got to appreciate, just like some of the jazz is too heavy, some of it I like. You've got to appreciate the work that goes into it. You can see the work there. I could hear the passion in the vocals. Love the emblem. It's funny, I used to work in a biker's pub in Glasgow called Wipers. I don't know if you know that. It's Sparky.
I know that.
I used to work there, and they're the greatest bunch of guys. As Sparky says, they're just the greatest bunch of guys. And I can imagine the camaraderie that you'll get back from the people will be, second to none. Better, as good as any fan base. But well done, and lovely to meet you.
Well,
yes,
well said, Graham. I don't want to correct you, but it's metal, not rock. I don't want any trouble with that. You know what I mean, Walter? But yeah, no, well said, Graham. Dude, that's for all the Hells Angels and all that. All the Hells Angels associating the place he's talking about. By the way,
that was a wicked pub. That was a wicked pub. That some stories to
hey, and I don't want to scare Nigel away. We're hoping he's going to join tonight, mate. Ryan, Thomas, then Alexander. What was your thoughts? Ryan, Thomas, then Alexander.
I liked it. To be honest, metal and rock, they're my favorite genres. I just started doing this hip hop and pop stuff a couple months ago. I don't even know any pop or rap artists of these days. But I listen to metal and rock, and I also performed that. That was very catchy, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
Well said. TW, Thomas?
Yeah, I like the playing the metal also. The style, if I can say something general about it, why it always catch me is it's about playing also. It's about going for it, and there's space for the guitar to go for it, and that appeals to me always. And also these guys, sweet guys, I met them you too apparently, but the expression is so much about going for playing and being a performer and really live it all out. So and this track did that as good as I've heard it. Yeah.
Yes, thanks a lot.
Well said. Did you have to come on the metal show? Then I'm because you're Graham. It's your fault. Next Friday at 7 p.m. I want you to come on the metal show if you're free. Alexander, Marcus, then Trevan. What was your thoughts here? Alex, Marcus, then Trevan.
I guess I used to listen to a lot of rock stuff in the past, and honestly, it's something I enjoy. It really brought me back to some of these things I used to listen to, and it just honestly puts a smile on my face to hear it.
Yeah,
Well said.
and Alex, just to continue with what you said, on this track, well, not on this track, in this band, my dad also plays with me. He plays bass, and I'm
Wow.
the guitarist and the lead vocals. So yeah, to play with your do this stuff with your any member of the family, really, it's a big plus, and
Hey.
I totally related with you there.
Hey, Nigel. You must bring your father on the show on Friday. That's the only rule.
Yeah, all right, no problem. I'll ask him.
Right, deal. That's it then. Nice one.
Yeah.
Marcus, then Trevor. I know Marcus was loving it there. He was taken away. Marcus, then Trevor, as in heaven. What was your thoughts here, Trips?
Yeah, I mean, no offense, Nigel, but you don't look like a metalhead, you know.
I get that a lot. Don't worry, I get that all the time. Yeah, especially at work, they tell me and at work I'm in front of the computer all the time, just being quiet, and then I'm on stage, I'm a whole different person. So yeah, I get it all the time.
Go through that, right? And the other thing we go through is every time we write a song, everybody says, "Oh, that sounds like this. It sounds like that," and everything. I mean, you can get compared to Judas Priest and Motorhead and all that sort of stuff, and it's so annoying because you put passion and effort into these things.
Yes, of course.
And there's a skill in that, and the musicianship was great, like the jazz, from we heard earlier. It's not something I'm into, but the skill is there, man, and you got to appreciate that. Yeah, Ryan's rap stuff. It's like Sparky was saying. The diversity tonight is awesome, and you've got to appreciate the diversity in everybody's music.
Yeah, of course.
Genre that and brilliant, really good.
Well said, Marcus. ML, that's actually my initials, Mark Laird. I know you've got a Tom as Wildy, but ML's Mark Laird. That's my name, ML. So, Trevin, what's your thoughts here? And we really should hang about for Hermini's song, even though he's not here. The guy's got hundreds of thousands of fans. He's a superstar, basically, and he will help us if we kid on the light. About to hear it, in fact. Trevin, as in heaven, what was your thoughts before I have one surprise guest at the end?
Well, I just wanted to mention on the side note, Marcus, if you're able to adjust your mic volume at all, it is a little bit lower than everyone else's. I was just going to point that out. If there's any way to do that for the future, it's something that
I noticed that as well. Trevin, but I wasn't want to pull him up for it because he's a multiple, a global award-winning artist. So, Marcus, put your input up a little touch in the future, man.
Don't have it on Nick.
Well, and it's hard to. I'm sure it's hard to tell between everybody else and what we're doing. But anyway, that aside. I grew up playing drums in metal bands, actually. So that's actually, I come from that world. And so what was funny is it reminded me a lot. I don't know if you're into the band. I think it's Evermore or Nevermore. There's a band out there that it's, again, not as Marcus said, not to do any comparing or anything like that, but had a similarity to it. And definitely, once again, hearing just the energy and the sound of it and the tracks and everything, it gave me that similar to what Alexander said, that kind of feeling of stuff that I can remember being so into and enjoying so much in the past. And good for you. And on the side note too, my dad's the reason I'm in music. I had him do a guitar solo on one of the songs on my album and other stuff too. So it's really good to hear the familial input across all the people on here.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.
Well said, Trevor. Nigel, I only just spoke to you yesterday. I'm glad I can tell you enjoyed yourself. Come and join this music family, brother. Feature all your songs, past, present, and future. You too, Trevan. You've been thinking about it. You're working with Macy Gray. You probably don't need to pay for promotions. But listen, come and feature all your tracks here. And that will do you know I've not even started promoting my old shows yet. They've not been edited. And see when they do, I'm not kidding you. I've got over 100 promoters ready to promote them regularly all over the place, right? So Nigel from Atomic Flame, until the next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Right, now, this is ended early because Hermini didn't come. If he did come, he would have took up about 30 minutes because he talks a lot, right? Dominic Hermini, as I said, he's at the soundtrack in Wesley Snipes movie. He's at the soundtrack in Lawrence Fishburne, you know, Morpheus from The Matrix, him. And he's now got the soundtrack for a new documentary that's coming out for the boxer, Thomas the Hitman Hearns. If you know your boxing, then you'll know that name. But this is one of his songs. He's sitting on it. It's called Champion. And I'm sorry to everybody, but this is the most supersonic, the world's ready to hear this song ever. It's called Champion. Like Ryan didn't have one profanity in his songs, Hermini's not got any in his songs, predominantly a rapper. He does all sorts of stuff. He's a wonderful, wonderful man. He bigs me up when he comes on my show, so I'm bigging him up right now. Sit back and enjoy this wonderful track, and just imagine your kids sitting up the stairs listening to rap music. They're not listening to Kill Your Mother and Slap Your Dad like Eminem. They're listening to this song. It's called Champion, and it's just Dominic Hermini, I love you to bits. This is for you. Sit back and enjoy. 3 minutes long. One love.
I can't even believe that I'm here right now, Champion. It's crazy. Knowing everything that's ever happened in my life is to bring me to this very moment. It's crazy when you really think about everything that's happened to you from the day you were born, and you wonder is it real, so you stop. Gotta pinch yourself, cause it really don't make no sense when so many people on the block don't care, and I swear by God that I swear like you raised right here. You ain't ever going anywhere. Lights out, pitch black. Well, you better get your mind intact, cause in the game you playing, everybody want a knife to your throat and a gun in the back, yeah. But it ain't no thing, right? Cause homie, you an animal of beast with the fangs, right? Soaking wet, gritting teeth in the rain, the beast is out of the cage and ready to fight. Champion, champion. Look in my eyes, I'm a champion, a champion. I bleed the blood of a champion, a champion. I'm $1 billion, baby. I can't even help it. That's just the way that God made me. Champion, champion. My mama gave birth to a champion, a champion. I cried the tears of a champion, a champion. I'm $1 billion, baby. I can't even help it. That's just the way that God made me. I in my mind, I was built for this, and I would never turn back. I would never recant. I can, I will, I am. I would never say the words I can't, cause I know that I can. And I know people mad and they want me to fail, but I know who I am. I would never back down, never throw in a towel. I would die as a man. And the fact that I made it this far is the proof you need to believe. I am not one of these other people you can treat any way that you want and just think I'm a thief. The opinions of people mean nothing to me because I have a dream. And I lay it all down at the feet of the king. Do you know what this means? Well, you better find out if you don't, or else you will never know. How I do what I do is a miracle, more than a mic and a flow. Spiritual. Through me, you'll see invisible things become visible. And yes, I know it's incredible. My life is a metaphor, but hard like a metaphor. And the worth of it all is more than we could ever know. Bigger than anything I could take credit for. I know I'm here, been hurt, felt fear, had doubt, shed tears. Still the truth remains. I can hear cheering from millions of people all up in my brain, and it's off the chain. Welcome to the life of a champion, champion. Look in my eyes, I'm a champion, a champion. I bleed the blood of a champion, a champion. I'm $1 billion, baby. I can't even help it. That's just the way that God made me. Champion, champion. My mama gave birth to a champion, a champion. I cried the tears of a champion, a champion. I'm $1 billion, baby. I can't even help it. That's just the way that God made me. And I'm on the run because I turn my back on the one who tells me I will never be anything. Trash on the streets of New York was the future for me. And I almost believe him cause everything matched to a T, yeah. Oh, I was a failure at everything, I was the king, believe God, I didn't have see, whoa, but you know you can't kill destiny if it's meant to be. Yeah. Welcome to the life of a champion, champion. Look in my eyes, I'm a champion, a champion. I bleed the blood of a champion, a champion. I'm $1 billion baby, I can't even help it. That's just the way that God made me champion, champion. My mama gave birth to a champion, a champion. I cried the tears of a champion, a champion. I'm $1 billion baby, I can't even help it. That's just the way that God made me champion, champion. Look in my eyes, I'm a champion, a champion. I bleed the blood of a champion, a champion. I'm $1 billion baby, I can't even help it. That's just the way that God made me champion, champion. My mama gave birth to a champion, a champion. I cried the tears of a champion, a champion. I'm $1 billion baby, I can't even help it. That's just the way that God made me.
That's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm making sure there's 10 artists in the show. I'm only going to invite 10. If people don't show up, that's fine. I don't know how to leave. But wow, wasn't that just fantastic? If he was here right now, what would you say to him in a couple of words, man? He will hear it. And if he shares this show, do you know what? 20 times more people will see it. So you don't even need to kid on. Tell the truth. What did you think of that song? Let's start from the bottom here. Trevin, then Marcus.
I thought it was cool. Honestly, it didn't really do too much for me, if I'm being totally honest.
Oh, brother.
Track was great. You know, all the right things. They're very syncable, very, very good for licensing. So like I can see why that would do well in movies and things like that too. Like having a chorus like that saying champion, champion. Super right
Hey.
on, man. Yeah, but yeah.
All I can say is go and listen to it again with a set of earphones on, brother. I swear to God, man. Right? I'm telling you right now, it's world class, man. And dude, you're going to make him say that. I'm not going to help him now. You're just silly saying that, brother. Let's be honest. You're honest, and I like that, right? Marcus, then Nigel, then Thomas. What was your thoughts, Marcus?
I've got to agree with Trevor. It's formulaic. It's good. It's great. It's going to appeal. It's going to sell. It's going to be a massive hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay.
Hey, it's going to be in one of the next Rocky movies. That's how good it is. But I mean, remember, right? See, when you listen to a song for the first time, you're not meant to love it. See if you even think it's okay a little bit. It's an absolute brilliant track. Most songs in the radio that you listen to and you dance away to, it's been forced in your ear about 100 times, and you go, "Oh, I like that." I'm telling you guys, it's the most powerful track. It's the most powerful track out of all of the songs. And do you know what? I'm going to cut this bit out at the end of the show because the idea was for Hermine to feel some love for you guys and actually share it for us, and he won't do it now. So, do you know what, man? Let's just end the show here. In fact, right, it's all good. I don't want to know what everyone else has got to say. Love it. Love you all to bits, right? I'm going to end the show. Let's stop the Facebook Live here. I'm going to cut that bit out, right? Because it's kind of embarrassing. We'll stop the Facebook Live by Facebook, and we always stop the main shows with a peace sign, world peace. We want world peace in this show. That's what we always do. Get a V's in the end. We'll stop the show. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Nice one.